Well, salutations and greetings, my friends. This is Joseph, the Invisible Man. I am so close to my paintings here that I'm having a hard time getting myself into the picture. But I'm going to give you just a peek of my eyeball. Hi, there I am looking up because I'm looking down. But anyway, what we're going to talk about today is paintings again. That's all I ever talk about is paintings. But these are miniatures. They are 4 by 6 in size, acrylic on canvas. And the first one at the very top, we're going to talk about it. And the name of that is I Am Source. This is the one right here. This is I Am Source. Like I said, this is a 4 by 6. This is something you can hang in your bathroom while you're sitting on the toilet. Doesn't that sound wonderful? My point is these small paintings are so tiny that you can put them just about any place you want, especially if you're cramped for room or space in your environment. They're not meant to be what you call an overwhelming image, but yet they're mentally
small and
stimulating. They like I said, this here is I Am Source. It's a meditative type of thing with showing the silhouette of a meditative figure sitting on top of a rock or on top of a mountain, the sun rising in the background, clouds and mountains. And the major thing about this painting is singularity of oneness. There's no other thing around this meditating source who is contemplating on the universe and the rising sun. And so that's why it's named what it's named, is because this is singularity of self, reaching a higher level of being in tune with the universe and your surrounding, what surrounds you. So that's what this little painting is about. It's a little inspiration type of painting. If you saw it in the morning when you get up and you look at that and you think a higher place, a higher being. It doesn't have to be a huge painting on the wall. Plus, my larger paintings, I want more for them because they take so much time. These aren't little quickies though, because this little painting here probably took me probably an afternoon, because there's more things to a painting than just painting. There's a content, what you want to put on this blank nothing. One time this was just a white canvas, nothing on it. So trying to what you're going to put on it, especially when you're just taking it out of your head, is kind of hard. It's one thing if you got a picture and you can sit there and just copy what you're looking at, because then it's just kind of cold cut. But when it's a blank canvas and it's coming totally out of your conscious being, it takes sometimes a long time just to contemplate of where you're going to start and what you're going to do. So anyway, that's what this painting is I Am Source. Now we'll drop to the painting directly below it. This here is higher awareness. We all want higher awareness, don't we? Well, when you think about the evolutionary scale of things around you, mice are pretty down there on a low level, aren't they? I mean, who thinks a mouse would have much thought or sense in its little bitty pea brain that it has? But none of us really know. And so this is a little mouse sitting under a mushroom, smoking his little joint, puffing it up, and in the puff of smoke is a little question mark coming up underneath the hood of a mushroom. Now, I see this mushroom as kind of like a little hallucinogenic mushroom, a psilocybin, that type of thing. He's smoking marijuana, weed. This is marijuana leaves here. There's a marijuana bud, more mushrooms in the background. A nice could be late afternoon or morning. It's the sky is very blue with a moon in the background, puffs of clouds, and very pleasant. He's got his legs crossed. There's a little leg here with his foot down the ground, and here's the bottom of his foot that he's got crossed up on his leg while he's scratching his head because he's having realizations. All of a sudden, deep realizations, and he's going, wow, what's going on here? So he's contemplating of himself, becoming aware of maybe self. And so that's what this little painting is about. Higher awareness of self, of everything that's around you. And again, like I said, this is just a little 4x6. It's a colorful little painting too. It's something that will look good on a wall. And even look good in the kids' room because it is that kind of a almost Alice in Wonderland kind of a little type of feeling. And of course the little mouse and all that's totally out of my head. I guess if I was the source, I could sculpt that little mouse and make him look more human. And I think that's what I did basically. It's not exactly a typical mouse. So that's enough talking about higher awareness. And let's move to the, I guess to me that would be my to the left. I had to check out which was left and right because, this stuff will do that to you. You'll start wondering who you are because you'll be someplace else. So, this is called Moon Touch. Moon Touch. Now, the tree is, it could be fall, it could be a dead tree. I mean, it leaves it up to your imagination if this tree is just in a winter state where it's lost all its leaves, or if it's a dead tree. But it's a very interesting tree, and it's bent over like it's trying to wrap around the moon as the moon is rising. And as the moon does rise, of course, the moon is going to rise, and as the earth turns, may rise and eventually be cradled right in the curvature of the tree. So there's kind of like a little love affair going here. It wasn't intentional. It was just I was wanting a silhouette of a tree with a rising moon and some little mountains in the background, showing maybe there's a reflection of the mountains, which is shadow because the moon's on this side. So you got this brown shadow kind of shining on the ground. This is kind of like a plain. I mean, if I used a little bit different color, it could have been water. But then, it's all in what I'm doing at the time. And then we got this little grassy front, and this tree is almost like rising up out of the ground of the shadow of it. This tree is casting quite a shadow by itself, even without leaves. So the ground underneath this tree is very dark, and the leaves and roots, the roots of this tree are actually rising above the ground, showing specks of light of the sky and stuff beyond. And then, of course, there's another little tree right here. So that's what this is basically about, is, caressing, touching the moon as the moon is rising. And we'll move off to the opposite side, which is, again, dealing with the moon. But this is crocodile moon. It could be an alligator, but it's just called crocodile moon, kind of with its head raised, with the moon coming up over the bayou, the swamp. It's on a little, maybe island or outshoot here. The water goes off in the back, and there's a swampy foliage back here with the trees and stuff. And there's this, again, here's this leafless tree like we had over here, but here it is this time on the opposite side, and it's kind of reaching out, touching the moon too. But it's also kind of almost embracing the crocodile, because they all are the same thing. They're all nature's environment, all the way it should be. And in the middle of this tree, there's these little two white spots. Well, gee whiz, what is those spots? Well, it could be an owl. Something's looking out. It might be the tree itself. Maybe the tree has an entity, and that's the eyes of the tree. Use your imagination. This painting could be any of those things that you want. It could be an animal. It could be the eyes of the tree. It could be two fireflies getting ready to make love. So who knows? Use your imagination. That's what all this is about. Is a painting is a doorway, an opening into another consciousness. And so, Crocodile Moon, wouldn't that look good in your bathroom? I'm going to close up for now, but wouldn't that still look good in your bathroom? That would look so good. I think that would look great in a bathroom. And kids would love that too. Kids would love. I think these are all child, what you call stimulating. They got a stimulated look to them. Well, anyway, I'm going to say bye-bye for now, and you guys keep up to date with our prescriptions and our latest videos by clicking on the little red subscription button at the bottom of your screen. And you guys have a good day, and I love you, and you guys love everybody back, because that's what it's all about. Bye-bye.